couple stores have it, and then I've also heard that Fans Toys isn't actually making it, that someone like maybe bought the mold from them, but this is listed as Fans Toys, so I'm not really
I don't know
sure.
either. I mean, I'll be honest, if it's released at around the same price as Phoenix regularly was, I would probably look at that, but not for the price they have listed.
Yeah, and
By no
you know
means.
what? It just doesn't look that good and clear, and it
Well, I mean, it's
makes
I
sense.
just have this thing about about the clear translucence. But again, it would have to be around the normal regular Phoenix price, which is already kind of up there.
Yeah.
Kilby, this is the Siege mold. All they've done is put a different faction logo on it.
Oh,
Yeah, it has the spaceship. It has the spaceship mode, not the.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it? So it's basically they're just getting the Walmart version.
Without the battle damage, it looks like it's the Takara
I think it
release
still
of
has battle damage on the legs.
maybe,
Oh,
but it's just the Takara release for the Takara markets.
Yeah. And it
Yeah, I
appears
think
to
it
come with a
does.
laser beak because we still can't get a buzzsaw.
Yeah, Don, you're right. I 100% agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that does look like it still has battle damage. Yeah. At least the chest window appears to be clear.
Yeah.
Mostly, there's cracks on the corners.
Oh yeah.
Well, he is part of the mercenaries, so he probably sells a lot of it.
It's
Haha.
better than the Walmart one.
Yeah.
If this was the version we got with a Decepticon logo on it, I would have bought it.
Mm-hmm.
As it is, it's not worth it to me to import this and put a sticker over the chest window. It's not better enough to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Diecast, I won't put this in there for you because I don't know if you want this or not. This is the only place I've seen that has this in stock, and I want to get the other two, but not for the going prices. And if I can get both, I'll probably just stick with Blue Grimlock. But that's the only place I've seen that actually still has them in stock.
I have this already,
Big
actually.
Bad
Oh,
Police
you've got-
couldn't get rid of this for the longest time.
Yeah. Well, now, Diecast, didn't you have two of those? Was it something else you had two of?
No, I have two of
Is there anything he
Just
doesn't
two
have
of
two
everything.
Oh, okay. I kind of sat on it because it's like I just don't know if I want that mold again, even if it's G2. And then by the time I decided to get it, they were all like, "Oh, it's a Fans Toys Dinobot." It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, the only
price.
one I got is of the G2 is Grimlock and Slag. I didn't need any of the other ones because they weren't. that
all
much
they
different
did
to me.
was Snarl. All they did was Red Snarl, and that was it.
Oh yeah. So and I didn't need Red Snarl. It
Why not?
didn't impress me.
Now, as a Fans Toys Dinobot, they're all impressive.
Are you trying to focus or?
No. Dropping down the light.
Oh. Yeah, we should. I was gonna say when Don was sending out a tweet to you, we should just start a group chat for figures available on Amazon or good deals like Don finds. That way we're all.
Oh yeah.
on the
Well, I
team.
found. Yeah. Well,
But Don doesn't want to share them with you,
Well, I mean,
He
Diecast.
doesn't. like those.
no, what's it?
Go ahead.
Discord channel named Dononomics to put various Amazon links and deals in.
Yeah, but I never get Discord notifications, so that means I have to remember to check it. That's why I don't.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I was not thinking just for our benefit, but for the
Patrons.
listeners and for the patrons, and possibly hopefully get people
Yeah.
using our Amazon link a little more often in some cases.
Yeah. I mean, that's why whenever I see something like that, I try posting it out. It's just, I've got a lot of online stores that are like holes in the wall that I've dealt with through the years.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have stuff in stock. Sometimes they'll get, something kind of weird, something kind of rare, or they'll have it when no one else does.
I have been noticing on Amazon the last day or two, the Kingdom Deluxes have been going back and forth between $19.99 and $22.99. So if you pre-ordered, you'll get the $19.99 price because they've all fluctuated that I've seen except for Warpath. All the other ones have gone between $19.99 and $22.99.
So do you have pre-orders for those deluxes there that now show $19.99 because of that?
I don't know if they show right away. You actually might know better, Chris. Did they show right away, or did they not tell you till it ships that you save money?
They don't tell you till after it ships that they've reduced your price.
Okay, let me see.
Because until that point, like up until the point where they declare it shipped, theoretically, if the price drops again, you'll get it even cheaper than
Yeah.
or I guess up to the point that they actually officially charge your method of payment, but that's essentially the same thing. Like through informed delivery, I can see that they've set stuff in motion before the charge actually posts for it.
Chris, you're actually, this is interesting. Because it's showing I'm in my purchase history.
Yeah.
And it said Cheetor dropped to 1989.
Nice. Year.
But Warpath is still $22.99.
And Amazon dropped their pre-order price for Gigawatt down to $29.99, but that seemed to happen after they sold through their pre-order allocation.
Boo.
Everything is now $19.89 except for Warpath, who's still $22.99.
One of our Discord users actually had mentioned they emailed Amazon customer service to find out why their price was $20 over the apparent SRP, and got a response that they were working on fixing that. So that happened as of like Monday. But since it sold out, it wasn't really worth mentioning on Twitter or anything.
Yeah, I knew they'd fix it. I should have went ahead and just pre-ordered it.
That's what I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
smart.
yeah. My Black Arachnia and Cheetor are the 1989, and everything else, including is still the same. Where in Warpath still 22.
I think I have all my deluxes pre-ordered through Entertainment Earth, mostly on the premise that I will have them sooner that way.
Yeah. Well, I had to go to Amazon as a fallback because I was trying to get them from Pulse, and after 10 minutes, I didn't get the little bar that shows that you were in line to check out. I just got the regular circle of doom, and after 10 minutes, it didn't process, it didn't take. So I thought, well, I better go ahead and do something, and so I went ahead and went to Amazon and got them, because by the time I got back to Pulse, I think everything was mostly, well, some of the stuff was partially sold out. So I'd be like, I can get this, but not this, and be.
Yeah, the Voyagers I did through Amazon because there wasn't any kind of a cost benefit to Entertainment Earth, because Entertainment Earth had them had the deluxes at $19.99 from the start.
Yeah. I still love that the Ratchet and the Paradron Medic are still showing release date of Tuesday, December 1st, and it's supposed to be arriving October 21st to November 5th.
Well, on the product page, it shows what the arrival date will be for anybody who orders it as of that moment. So anybody who did not order it in the first wave is going to get it in December, according to their current estimate, whereas those of us who got in first day will probably have it sooner.
Did anyone else get my Sunstreaker and Trailbreaker said they were coming Monday, and then I got a notice that they're delayed and they don't know when they're going to be coming.
Yeah, I think that's everybody at this point.
Yeah, but then if you go to the pre-order page, it says, this item doesn't come out till November 3rd or 2nd or something like that.
Well, I was hunting around trying to find a Sunstreaker pre-order because I thought I had him and I don't. I was telling my girlfriend I just got confused on the night of, the return of the Night of 1,000 Orders. It just got lost in the shuffle, and I can't find anywhere with it with a pre-order. Like even Amazon's got a third-party pre-order for $40. I mean, I've got the Corden and yeah. I mean, I've got the Corden Red Guy 2-pack saved. It's just, but I'll be honest. After seeing Waltafa's review on how mismatched those yellows
Whose
are,
review?
Take a drink.
Wutafa. He's a reviewer from Japan.
Okay.
It's in native Japanese, but he is so thorough with his review. It's so easy to use his reviews to transform stuff because he shows you everything. And I wish I still had his passion for, because when he gets a new figure, he's just like super excited. And but he does a really good review. And the yellow, I was going to ask you about this, Chris. Have you seen the pictures of Sunstreaker like in hand?
Sure.
Okay, that's got to be the actual plastic color because I don't think a computer monitor or lighting could make those yellows look any more mismatched. Because the back of the package shows that
the curse of yellow plastic.
It might not look as bad actually in person.
right, but it's like even the back of the package is obviously photoshopped to it's all this nice even yellow color, and it's like that is not what I am seeing. So yeah, but I think because whenever you watch one of his reviews, he has a list of all the stuff that he's going to be reviewing soon, and I think
He's got a big pile of stuff.
yeah he's got Maverick in there too, because I got a notification that Maverick was delayed today from Pulse, but I do want to watch his review to see how them shoulders work, and because the shoulders I think are badly mistransformed. In the pictures that I've seen, so we know why his shoulders hurt.
I canceled that figure.
Maverick.
It's delayed.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, Pulse sent out a delay email for me today.
Well, Pulse. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Rodimus Spring. It's hard for me to keep track of all these names, especially coming off of a day like today at work.
No,
So
you're
it's
only
like hard to
50.
keep track of. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
just-
sorry.
No. I'm just saying, you've got compared to Rodimus, you're like twice Rodimus Supreme's age. You have like twice to three times as much stuff bouncing around in that head that you gotta. Track.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's I got 35. I got thrilling 35 years of Transformer knowledge up here.
Well, plus all that service merchandise knowledge he's got in there.
That still comes
Yeah,
in
you
handy
don't-
from time. That still comes in handy from time to time. Believe it or not.
You don't run an electronics department that profitable and not just have a bunch of that stay with you for the rest of your
$7
life.
million.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the first year we went the store I was in. Electronics was at a negative $100,000 because it was losing money, and by the end of the year, we were up $100,000 in profit. So we went up $200,000 in about 9 months.
That's usually what happens towards the end of the year. The beginning of the year is the dry.
No, I'm saying overall though. I mean, so there was that. But I mean, heck, I worked at Men's Warehouse for 2 years as a sales consultant.
They had an electronics department?
No, I was selling. I wasn't the guy that sold the suits. I was the guy that put the shirts and the ties and all the peripherals with the suit to sell it to the customers to show them what they could do with the suit.
They can wear it.
Yeah, but I did realize something though, and
Although
Brian,
I think most people, sorry, Don, but I think most people who buy suits actually just like hang them in their closet and think about wearing them. You may go now, Don.
yeah, no, it's just that was bad grammar aside. That was the most funnest job I ever had. That I couldn't make a living at. This is 1995. I was pulling clear about 200 to 225 a week. But again, that was 95. But basically, I was paying in Raleigh, North Carolina. I was paying rent at $565 a month in 1995. So that job was actually paying my rent and power. I had to work at a drugstore to get money for the other bills, and I worked at Winn-Dixie one day a week to get enough money to pay for groceries.
How'd you pay for toys?
Proto-Dynamics.
Oh.
And a fair amount of credit card debt.
Uh,
Yeah. So
So, Sean is saying he only pays $4.25 now. So rent is highly variable depending on where you're at.
Oh yeah.
Like in
I've-
the 1990s, honestly, I think the rent in our house was $225. A really nice, ritzy, fancy house in town we were looking at was $500 back in the mid 90s. Of course, this was in the booties. You know, now, I mean, it depends on where you're at.
Yeah. Well, you know, Brian, you've seen my apartment when
Yeah.
you came up here to look at the stuff from JD. I pay $400 a month on a two bedroom apartment. But again, I'm living out in the middle of a county, basically in the middle of a cow field.
Yeah, my buddy Jason, his apartment 15 years ago, that's very comparable to yours as far as demographics and, you know, the actual apartment was about the same.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so far out in the county, I can't even get a pizza delivered. You know.
Yeah, me either.
I feel your pain.
Yeah. And some days I'm just craving a ham and pineapple, and I just have to go into town and get one.
Well, in that case, you're saving you from yourself. But around here, nobody will deliver past the city limits, and I'm like 8 to 10 miles past that.
Yeah, and they won't meet you anymore for safety reasons. So, because used to, I could meet them at the food line, and, you know, that's like, you know, halfway into town.
And Don made me gag.
There's nothing wrong
By
with ham and
mentioning the
pineapple.
food line or the ham and pineapple?
Ham and pineapple.
Wait. Are you saying like a
Good.
sandwich or something?
A pizza.
No, pizza.
Like ham and pineapple baked with brown sugar?
On a pizza. No. Just regular pineapple and ham on a pizza.
It's way better than it sounds.
Yeah.
If you like ham or
I
pineapple.
love ham.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
pineapple.
Apparently, when I was a kid, I liked ham well enough, but at some point, I both lost my taste for it and my memory of ever enjoying it.
Yeah. But I found out my girlfriend, I mentioned this on Twitter a while back. She likes peanut butter and dill pickle sandwiches.
Oh, God almighty.
It gets worse, Brian. It gets worse.
Yeah. Well, I don't like dill pickle. I like sweet
Jesus
sweet
Christ.
pickles and stuff. But I'm not gonna try. But see, she's never heard of anybody doing banana and Miracle Whip on a sandwich. So we're at an impasse. She won't try my Miracle Whip and a banana sandwich unless I try her peanut butter and some version of pickle. And it's like, I just can't do that.
Don, based on the point in this conversation when I'm going to say this, it's going to sound sarcastic as hell, but I mean this in all sincerity. Like, I envy you for finding someone who is such a perfect match for you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a very southern thing. Is a banana sandwich, which is white bread, banana, and mayonnaise. But mayonnaise,
peanut butter.
mayonnaise, oh God.
Mayonnaise and Miracle Whip are not the same
Mayonnaise
thing.
and Miracle Whip are not the same thing.
They're not even in the same category.
No.
They're like, the best you can say is they're both whitish things you put on a sandwich.
You also
But
have a
that's-
tomato sandwich, which is made exactly the same way. You just swap. the
Yeah.
Oh,
tomatoes.
and see, that makes sense to me more.
See, Mom and Dad love tomato sandwiches. I never cared for them. But you know, I'll do peanut butter and banana all day long. I love a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
That was the Elvis sandwich, wasn't it?
Fried peanut butter and banana. Yeah, I think so.
I just can't.
This is the worst pre-show. Ness, if you want the worst pre-show, you need to watch a couple episodes of Superhero Time.
With JD.
The Godzilla episode comes to mind.
Oh, that was just our worst episode in general. That wasn't like even
Yeah.
the worst pre-show. But like for
Well, I'm
worst
just saying,
pre-show,
if
you
he's
need to
going
find,
to
for worst pre-show, you need to find something where either we're talking about food with JD or JD was talking about his like bathroom activities.
yeah.
Sometimes those
I'm just
happen in the
saying, if
same
you-
conversation. Also,
Yeah. I'm just saying, if he's going to go for the worst experience, just pick the whole worst episode with the Godzilla review.
that was a mistake. Like, there's not a lot of things in the history of my podcast that I will admit were outright mistakes. But that was a mistake. Now, there's a lot of things that people think should be mistakes that aren't, like Planet Africa for that one episode of Star Trek.
Oh,
That was not a mistake. That was completely intentional.
yeah. It's just
That time
That
that
was
I
a mistake for Star Trek.
that time that I let a bunch of you do a podcast episode about Pacific Rim while I was at Shardacon, that was a mistake.
But that wasn't. Was I on that one?
I think so.
Wait, he
Yeah,
was on the
yeah, 'cause
podcast about Pacific Rim, but he wasn't at Shardacon.
Yeah, funny, huh?
Because I couldn't get the time off from work. I tried. so unless I just either not showed up and got points for attendance,
That would
or
have been the correct decision, Don.
or wasted my get out of jail free points at that point.
Yeah, and you have used up all of them because it was 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I really didn't have a choice in the matter. There was no one to switch with me. There was just no way for me to get there.
So I don't remember a lot about that Pacific Rim episode. I do remember listening back to it for editing that Paladin and Ken were kind of having a low-key fight over who was actually in charge of the episode, which I thought was hilarious.
I vaguely remember something like that. It's
Well, yeah, I mean that was 2013. That was 7 years ago, Don.
yeah.
And I probably just made Paladin's birthday worse by reminding him that happened. Happy birthday, by the way,
Happy
Paladin.
birthday,
Sorry it's not
Paladin.
done so
Yes.
well for you.
Happy birthday.
Yes, yeah. You know, happy awakening in the ark, I guess.
Happy your arc's not going to be a
Yeah.
Omega Supreme birthday.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's
Remember when Super ruined Christmas? That was every
which
every
one?
year.
Pick a year.
Remember that time Alpha kidnapped a bunch of children to tell them stories about the Power Rangers?
Oh, that Boba Fett is awesome.
You know, I'm surprised. I'm surprised y'all didn't cover the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special at one point.
That was a little bit outside our wheelhouse, Don.
Well, so was Godzilla.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Godzilla's tokusatsu,
Yeah,
so it fits.
But none of you knew
He-Man-
anything about it.
Well, no.
Which Godzilla?
No, I
Which
knew more
Godzilla
about.
was it?
I knew more about.
Any
I knew-
Godzilla, really.
No.
I knew more about Godzilla the animated series than I did any of the actual movies.
People
see-
who are into
well, see-
Godzilla, I love reading their conversations because they get deep into stuff that like I am
Yeah.
tangentially aware of.
And it'd
I-
be the same for them looking at us talking about Transformers.
Yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't the best Godzilla, which is Hanna-Barbera Godzilla. We all know that, but
Yeah,
It's
no,
gotta
like I'm
go-
specifically not qualified to talk about Godzilla because the most I know about is the animated series, and my favorite Godzilla movie is the American one.
Which American one?
The
Was that the
American
Broadway?
one.
with Matthew
The,
Broderick.
the Roland Emmerich one.
Now I think I threw up a little bit.
Yeah, I hate to say my favorite one. I think is the original from
I mean,
'54.
that seems fair.
Okay, just out of curiosity, let's see what all buying options are on the Ramjet Dirge 2-pack car, just to see
Oh,
what they are.
jeez.
Yeah, 250
I
and
haven't seen-
237.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have not seen that below like 165 in
Yeah,
a month.
but it's only
Glad
$4.99
Amazon
shipping.
gave me mine for free.
Yeah, so-
This is no diecast. This is why we. This is why.
Yeah, the one with Perry Mason.
Perry Mason just sue Godzilla into submission.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, just the atmosphere with it. It's I don't none of them recapture it. I just don't know. I like that. I love the 70s stuff where Godzilla
Yeah,
is
those-
basically like a superhero. I love those too.
Well, yeah, and like the visual style of the 70s movies is like peak Godzilla aesthetic, I think.
Yeah,
But I totally get what you're saying about the original versus the other ones.
Yeah, I love the 70s Godzilla movies are what I grew up with. And I know a lot of people were complaining about the 2014 movie. And
Has that been that long ago?
yeah, I know. But the 2014 Godzilla is basically the 70s Godzilla. And that's what I love about it.
No, the 2014 Godzilla movie was boring.
Well, what about King of Monsters?
I haven't seen King of Monsters.
It's not boring. Maybe it's boring, but it's still good. It's good. It's not great, but it's good. I mean, I think a lot of people went gaga over it. I don't think it's that great, but it's definitely the '70s Godzilla because he's like Godzilla the Protector, and that's like what I grew up with.
Yeah. See, it's weird that as much as I like Kamen Rider and Sentai, I like Godzilla and like Ultraman, but it's so weird that those just kind of really don't bring me in like Kamen Rider and Sentai did. I mean, my friend Fred, he is a huge Ultraman fan. He knows all the continuities. Ultraman to me is like Gundam.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
every main guy is silver and red and blue. I can't tell anybody apart like a Gundam, other than like Turn A Gundam or something from Build Fighters. I could and the new Gundam because that's a very specific design. But generally, they're all red, blue, yellow, and red mechs. That's very hard for me to tell anything apart. It's just I just can't get into Ultraman, but he can tell you everything about each one, the series. Just weird. Weird how you like one. Like I didn't like X-Files. I didn't. Not that I hated it. I just didn't care to watch it. It's like, Don, X-Files should be right in your wheelhouse. I just never watched it.
I loved it at the time, but I was 14.
Yeah, I mean, age changes a lot of things.
There's
Yeah.
still some episodes that are great, and the revival series was pretty darn great, especially a couple episodes. But X-Files was good for about 4 seasons. Then it was like 6 seasons of why am I watching this?
There was a lot of stuff like that in that time
Yeah.
period too.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Buffy. I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There was a couple
the
of
first 3 seasons.
Well, no, I mean, my favorite season is the second season with the principal demon guy.
I think
that
it's everybody's
just,
favorite season, Don.
yeah,
Except
but
it
it's
was
just
season 3.
was that 3? I thought it was 2. Okay,
Yeah, that was season 3.
but it's weird. I love Buffy. I didn't really care for Angel, but in its
It was better.
Most people
defense,
agree that Angel's better.
Yeah.
Even though I
And-
like Buffy better, I think Angel is higher quality.
well, in the show's defense, we lost our WB on our cable network. Apparently, it was part of that restructuring they did at the time, and we lost our WB up here. So I saw season 1, and then I picked back up season 4. Whatever the last season was is when we got it back. So everything in between was like nothing.
More
It's
shows
not
need-
going to make a sense that way.
More shows need to go in with the approach that Babylon 5 had, where like there is a fixed start, middle, and end to this story. It's not ever going to be more than that within its own narrative. Like spin-offs, sure, maybe down the line, but like a very fixed storyline that you follow and adhere to through the whole thing, so that you don't get those like 6 seasons of why am I still watching this?
Yep.
Unfortunately, Babylon 5 kind of had the worst of both worlds in that way because they didn't know they were going to have season 5, so they
Yeah.
crammed season 4 and 5 into season 4, and then when they got renewed, they kind of had to just
Like what now? Kind of.
yeah, basically there was a whole essentially extra season of just like fleshing out the universe that they had built with that season 4.
Yeah.
But it obviously had not been very clearly planned ahead of time, and it just kind of felt a little all over. It was a little bit scattered and unsatisfying to me.
Yeah. They're like Day of the Dead. That's one of the best episodes in season 5. And I
It
didn't
might
hate
be the only good episode in season
Yeah.
5.
but I didn't hate Lockley. I liked her when she was Cat on
No,
Lois
no,
and
'cause, like,
Clark.
Like with Lockley, you kind of have to go back to her after seeing that season for the first time and essentially look at her the same way that you would look at Jellicoe in TNG. Like very different from what you're
awesome.
used to, but
God, yeah.
very different from what the series tells you is right and what you're used to, but is not actually wrong in their approach.
Jellicoe and
Yes.
Pulaski, is the Star Trek series. That would be wonderful.
Okay, good.
I'd be down for half of that.
I
No,
love
Jellicoe for the
Jellicoe.
whole thing. That sounds fantastic.
No, Jellicoe and Pulaski suck, and they can just fly off into a black hole, and I will wave politely as they're sucked into another galaxy.
So
because
before we start the actual show, I just want to say one thing that occurred to me today that I decided that I want more than anything else is in Star Trek a young Captain Picard series.
Why?
Well, Picard was captain of the Stargazer for like 20 years, which is
Oh, that would be
almost it's essentially completely undocumented time. So like they could play around in that field as much as they want to without affecting anything really. Like, plus you would get a whole series of like the original series movie red uniforms, the older production design pre Elcars stuff. It'd be real stylistic, and it would just it'd be a good area to play around in, kind of just expand the history a little bit.
Could you have a crossover with the B and C?
Well, the C certainly. That shouldn't be a problem.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember when the B was decommissioned.
Until it gets blown up by 3 Romulan warbirds.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a crossover. It's only going to appear for a couple episodes, and that would have to be before.
Personally, I am for no more prequels of anything ever. That's just my stance on things.
Yeah,
I can understand it.
Yeah. See, I've said the same thing. I don't want to see a Transformers animated series that's between the end of season 2 and the movie. I kind of don't want to see that because it's just like Titanic. I asked my dad, "Are you and Mom going to see Titanic?" He said, "Why? The boat still sinks."
Yeah, but it's not about the destination. It's about how you get there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, all this great stuff they put
by crashing into an iceberg.
Yeah, I said it's like no matter how great the series is after the end of Bot to the start of the movie, it's just what happens to these characters, so it just doesn't have any weight because
we didn't see them all die.
Just most.
We don't
of
know what
them.
happens to Gears. We don't know what happens to Blue Streak.
I would just kind of like to see a few seasons of pre-Galaxy class 24th century Starfleet technology in use.
I'd be up for that.
I think it would just be an interesting exercise, pretty much. And, we don't have to worry about how Patrick Stewart is obviously kind of aged out of playing his role.
Well, what about the kid that played him in the young Picard? Maybe he could do a slightly older, that age Picard now.
Wouldn't he be about 50 by now, Don?
Well, he was. That was what 20 years ago.
30.
And he was a teenager. So what? He's in his.
It was like 28 years ago.
Oh my God! Never mind.
Yeah, So he appeared 2 times in the series. First as Picard's nephew, and then as young Picard.
He'd be in his 40s then, wouldn't he? I mean,
mid-40s.
Yeah, he'd be about our age, I think.
God, Next Generation could not have been that long ago.
1987.
And actually, since Picard in show was in his 60s when Next Generation started, 40-something Picard as Captain of the Stargazer would work about right, actually, yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Are we...
Showtime.
Okay. So
John couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah. Stone Mo wanted to know if I said theft to interrupt Don yet. Not yet. I don't think Don's going to give me the chance this week. Okay.
You never know. He might have something up his sleeve.
Yeah. Let's start. 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 695. I am Brian Kilby. With me this week, we have the one, the only Headmaster Don.
Hello.
Theft.
No.
Not this week, just IP infringement.
Sweet, that was also Chris. And Diecast.
Hey, everyone.
The unknown, a.k.a. Matt.
Hello.
A.k.a. Melvar.
The unknown Melvar.
The unknown Melvar. Rob Clay.
Hi.
And Mr. John DeLuna.
What?
So in the chat, our live Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, who are watching along in video, John pops up and he's in his sports coat or whatever it is in the photo, and somebody's like paging Dr. DeLuna, Dr. John DeLuna, and like, well, in your family, you're not the doctor.
Oh man, put me in my place. Yeah. Factually correct.
Yes. The missus is the
doctor?
the missus is the
I thought she was a lawyer.
No.
Okay, I thought she was a lawyer.
no.
No.
Yeah.
A PH and D.
No, she has an ethical job.
There's ethics in law. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
but
like
not
real
real
estate.
get around those.
I was going to say something terrible and stop myself. Yeah, so a lot of stuff going on, I guess. We just posted Rob Springer's 25th episode of Transform Squadron. The podcast is zonebase.org. And the thing about Transform Squadron, that's a monthly podcast, so it's over 2 years that he's been doing it. I know. And then before that, he had Being Awesome. And God knows how many episodes he did of that. And he had another podcast before that. I forget all the stuff that Rob's done. But you can check that out at zonebase.org or tfradio.net. So, why doesn't John ever appear on screen? That's a good question.
It would spoil the mystery.
I mean, I sporadically do it. It's just that my camera's unplugged right now, and I'm lazy.
That would affect things.
But the last time somebody called me out on that, I was on camera for like the next 2 months.
Yeah, wearing your
So
hat.
look out next week.
Last time he regularly appeared on camera was New Soundwave.
Well, see, also, that's why Rob Clay is not on camera, is if he is, he would get swamped by all the Dan Haggerty fans, and they would just never leave him alone.
I don't get
That's
that.
who Rob reminds me of. You're not old enough, never mind.
I'm
Life
old
and Time of
time.
Grizzly Adams, the guy that played Grizzly Adams.
Oh, I know
Rob,
Grizzly Adams.
Last time I
knew
saw
that.
Rob,
Oh, okay.
yeah, the last time I saw Rob, he looked a lot like the guy from Grizzly Adams. So, not Denver Powell, the other guy.
Okay. That's going back. It's good, Don. Tell us about the Davy Crockett series.
Actually, I did watch that, but I don't have very good memories of that. I was like 3. I was like 2 or 3 when I
Tell us
watched
about the
it.
theme song. Okay, let's see here. What else we have got going on? We had. Is there a new episode of that one episode of Star Trek? It's coming up this weekend, next weekend.
Yeah, it should be this weekend, I think.
On Patreon.
Yeah, the new Patreon episode will come out this weekend, and then the previous patron episode will come out for everybody when I remember to post it, which is how it's been working out so far.
Yeah, so if you're a patron and you don't watch along live, the pre-show this week is going to be Star Trek heavy. Just let you know, we do post that every week to Patreon for our.
What episode did we record last?
And some interesting food discussions.
Oh God.
I don't think interesting is really the word for it, Don.
Unique.
Well, that's at least polite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think the patron episode coming up is Disaster from Next Generation.
Did we
From
talk
season
about that?
5.
Did we talk about that one before? Disaster. Which one was that?
I think that's the last one we recorded.
Which episode was that? What was the plot?
A disaster
There's
on the
a
Enterprise.
disaster. Yeah.
Okay.
Picard in the turbo lift with the kids.
Oh, okay.
Worf
Yeah.
in 10 forward with pregnant Keiko.
Yeah.
Gotcha. There you go.
Oh, she's not pregnant the whole time.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Cool. Okay, that's something. Let's.
It's a good episode. It's a good episode, and we make a lot of
Yes.
fun of it.
It's one of my favorites.
Really?
It always was one of mine too.
Okay. Cool. What else? What else is going on? Anything fun? Anything new? Any diecast? Oh, diecast! You did something this weekend.
I did do something this weekend. It was about 3 hours of torture.
It took 3 hours.
It took 3 in between.
It
3 and
only
3 and a
took
half.
3 hours.
Did you live stream the whole thing? So, diecast, tell us what you did first.
So I got a Unicron tattoo, and it is actually, it's very similar to the Unicron head artwork that's going to come on the HasLab. So if you're watching the video,
Avert your eyes.
right here,
Yeah.
and I'm really happy with how it came out. Just
So-
came out like
What? So I don't have a tattoo. I assume though the small talk is a lot like getting your hair cut. So did the artist ask you what in the hell you were thinking with that?
I'm sure they
she's known me for like since I was in high school, so
Oh.
she was kind of, she knew me. She was cool with it. She wasn't like, "What are you thinking?" Kind of thing.
Not out loud, anyway.
Yeah, not out loud. So we're friends. We go drink sometimes.
Okay.
so,
I'm
she-
sure. I'm sure she's seen weirder things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So I did you get so you posted the video of that, right?
I did, but there was a problem. The shop had music playing in the
Oh.
background.
Oh,
So think
geez.
about, it was like roughly like a 3 to 4 hour live stream, and then YouTube
Took it
over
down.
Saturday night just sent me like 20 copyright claims for every single song that was played in the background, because I wasn't even thinking about it. And so what I want to do is I want to pull the video down and time lapse it, and then just delete
Yeah,
the
that makes
audio
sense.
and put like
Do you want me to do that?
What's that?
I mean, I know you are really busy with work right now. Do you want me to do a time lapse on it?
If you want.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've never done a time lapse, so I have no idea.
I
How
can.
to do it.
I mean, tell me how long you want it. I can crank it out pretty quick.
So, I guess as long as it's, some free music that we can play where it won't get a copyright claim.
Okay. Yeah. We'll talk after the podcast.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Do you think the Unicron theme from the '86 movie would get flagged?
Maybe.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So, circling back real quick to the that one episode of Star Trek tease, MRP 73 in the chat says that Don is the RFC officer in charge of radishes, which does tie into the Star Trek episode for this weekend.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
I
So
don't like radishes.
But yeah, because I think we had a bet going on where if I lost, I had to get a Unicron tattoo.
you were
so
gonna. So I'm gonna
I
spill
guess
the.
I
I'm gonna
lost.
spill the beans. I'm gonna spill the beans. It was kind of a worked bet. I didn't honestly think I was gonna have to. I thought this is no way that's gonna go. Diecast is gonna get the tattoo anyway. Let's just do this. And Diecast. So basically, the Diecast. What was the bet? Diecast that Unicron would fund.
Yeah, Unicron would fund.
Yeah, you're gonna get the tattoo anyway. So
I was on the fence. Like, I was considering, and then we made the bet, and I was like, I started thinking about it, and I thought I should just do it anyway. I mean, I kind of like the idea of having that tattoo.
yeah,
So
you're gonna get.
I mean,
the
because
turtle,
I've
though.
always wanted a Transformers tattoo.
I don't.
And I always thought I'd be that guy that would just get the Autobot tattoo, which I still may get.
So
But-
I think I've told the story, but it's probably been years ago. My buddy Bob, who's probably not going to listen to this, I don't think he does. I got to say, I'm a slightly bigger Transformers fan than he is. I don't know if, that's the likelihood of that, though, that, I think for most of us, we're probably, not counting necessarily internet friends, the biggest Transformers fan we know. But, I'm a little bit of a bigger Transformers fan than he is. And he was like, he thought he was showing off that he had an Autobot tattoo. And he got it right before BotCon 2001. And he was showing it off at BotCon like it was a big deal. And for whatever reason, somehow I think he cornered Raksha to show her his Autobot tattoo. Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad.
That was a bad. Yeah, that was.
That was.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know the. I don't know. I don't think there's any outcome for that. I don't think she called him an idiot or anything. But it's just funny that he went to BotCon and just basically showed off his Autobot tattoo.
Yeah, because I think that's when Avatar was still alive and she was carrying him around, and he was like 15 feet at that time. Avatar was a boa constrictor,
Yeah.
and I think
I
he
guess
was
that's
about
important. I guess that's important.
Yeah.
But to me, showing off your Transformers tattoo at BotCon is like wearing a Transformers shirt. People know you like Transformers. You don't have to. You don't have to wear a shirt. You really don't. Yeah, but yeah, but your tattoo's way cooler than an Autobot symbol.
Yeah, I
Less common.
love how it came out.
Yeah.
And Unicron's, special to me. So
Gosh, if I was going to get a Transformers tattoo, I don't know what I would get. Probably Galvatron, but it'd have to be clearly Frank Welker Galvatron.
like crazy Galvatron from.
Yeah, he'd have to have sparks flying out, from his head. Or
Yeah,
something.
he'd have to look kind of confused, and he'd have the sparkles around his head.
Or he'd be punching Cyclonus. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. What else? Anything else? Anybody else get a tattoo?
I don't like needles, so no.
Yeah, me neither. Sean in the chat said, I'm getting a tattoo of Don's face. Oh, I would love that. Okay. I really would.
I don't think Don's very amused.
No.
We are not amused.
We are not amused. Okay, let's talk about...
Well, I mean, there's only one of you until he gets the face tattoo.
Yeah. Diecast, what'd you get this week? You wanted to start?
Oh, I've got a very. If you follow me on Twitter at Diecast2, you'll understand where this is going. I got a very special Alicon this week, and it's different than everyone else's Alicon. So, except for the couple other people that ordered it from the same place.
What?
That had the same thing happen to them.
Oh, I know what this is.
This
Oh,
Walmart
yeah.
sent me my Alicon.
Oh
which
my God.
Is
Essential oils.
of its essential oils, and I'm not so sure what essential oils are or what you do with them.
Don't
But
drink
Diecast,
them.
they're essential.
Don't consume
And they're
them.
therapeutic grade, pro therapeutic grade. But yeah, this is what came instead of my Alicon, and I went to Twitter and I posted, and apparently this has been happening to other people that have bought Alicons.
I saw that somebody got a hairbrush for
Yeah.
something recently.
So I'm not the only one who got these essential oils instead of a Alicon.
They smell nice.
What do you do with them, or do you put
You-
them on your bath, or do you
You,
rub
you
them
could
on
do
your
you
head?
could, you
or...
could do that. You could put a little stick in them, and the stick like aerosolizes them somehow. I don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
One of these things is not like the other. One
They're
of these
kind of
things
just
is
to
wrong.
set the mood.
Yeah.
So I should put that on my shelf with all my other Alicons
You
and
should.
just have that in the center, so it can be the leader. Because the one that's different should always be the leader. So
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. What else do you get?
I got
An all striker.
AEW Striker, All Striker.
Yeah. Have not seen those yet.
Yep.
Did you get those from the store, from your pre-order?
Well, if he had pre-ordered them, he would have gotten like a case of sour cream or something.
Yeah, no, believe it or not, they were pre-ordered, and they shipped from Walmart.com. And I put on Twitter, I think it was with the
Oh, that's
with the
all.
hiss
Thanks for
tank.
hisses as well. I am so jealous.
Yeah, I would like to have the hiss, but
I
I've
put
got
on
the.
Twitter, Walmart.com actually shipped me something, and Walmart.com, whoever runs their Twitter account, liked my tweet. And I was like, so they kind of acknowledge that it's funny, like, yeah,
Or they just did,
Walmart's
or they
finally shipping,
or they just.
Yeah, I don't think
didn't
they.
get
I
it.
don't think they got the context.
yeah, or they didn't get the context.
Okay, I'm gonna 30-second version. My 3-year-old was watching Investigation Discovery, which is a Discovery Channel.
I thought that wasn't allowed anymore.
I know. No, well, so she was watching it, and it's a Discovery Channel sub channel where they like show violent crimes and stuff. It's like murder mysteries. And after she watched it for about an hour, she called it Blood, and she wanted to watch her blood. And I tweeted about that, and Investigation Discovery liked that tweet. I'm pretty sure that they knew what in the hell I was talking about, though. Yeah. I want to watch Blood. Can I watch Blood? It's great. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure like Walmart.com, the person who does their social media, maybe they just have to show that they're doing something. So they're like, oh, someone tweeted about us. I'll like that. My job here is done. I guess this is because of all the stuff we were supposed to get this week from Amazon that we didn't get. And I was feeling a little like Transformer list this week, that I got the Earthrise Megatron from Amazon, because I was like, well, that's available and I know I'll actually get it. So
Now, if you need an example of addictive behavior in collecting,
yeah,
So I just did a search on Walmart.com and select free pickup today for G.I. Joe, and the only thing came up was G.I. Joe Retaliation on DVD.
oh, oh,
Boo.
is that good to watch? Should I get that?
It's okay.
Wait, you can't even get. You can't even.
I actually like that movie, so
You can't even pick up Rise of Cobra today.
I wouldn't want to.
no, I never even made it through that movie.
It's horrible.
We tried to do many years ago an RFC commentary for that, and
It never happened, right?
well, we tried, and I think we had a problem getting everybody synced up on it, and we ended up abandoning that and going to like Transformers the movie instead.
We've not done it. We haven't done a commentary in years. We should do another one.
And then last, I'll just show this off before
Oh, Kingpin.
Kingpin
Cool.
on Amazon, tfradio.net/Amazon.
Nice.
Because, this is another thing that, like, I had pre-ordered at Hasbro Pulse, and I'm like, they're not shipping anything. Like, everything's, like, delayed or not coming for, like, another month or two, and Amazon has it. So
What's
I just
retail on
ordered
that
it.
All Striker that you bought?
$24.99.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, other than like shelves and stuff, like
Shelves
I
are
think
good.
I got the same shelves Matt got.
Because IKEA didn't have anything when you went.
Yeah, because IKEA didn't have
Yeah, for
anything.
my
so-
IKEA is the same way. You went to 2 though.
Yeah, it was terrible. But I got some more shelves today, which was cool. So just gotta have time to set them up. I'm starting to clear out some area. You can see more carpet over there because I'm actually getting some time to rearrange some stuff.
Yeah, I need to get like walls. Then I'll get shelves.
I need to get walls.
I completely understand Brian's problem.
Hmm.
Wall
Well,
space
you
is
don't even need walls. You could just get shelves like Matt has. I mean,
those are up against walls.
Yeah.
yeah, but you don't need
They
the
are.
walls behind there.
Matt, owning those shelves as you do, would you say that it's necessary to have them on a wall?
I
rather
would
than freestanding?
I would recommend walls to be behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are not the kind of shelves that you would have freestanding in a room. And like, to my understanding, when you have shelves of the type that are freestanding in a room, you kind of have them like bolted to the floor
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, if you're building them as high as I tend to, I would recommend securing them to said wall
How
behind them.
high do you have them?
7 shelves high.
Is that a duck?
Oh wow!
Somebody got a goose in their apartment?
No, I just ate a lot of beans for lunch.
Well,
I didn't
don't-
realize you were 7 shelves high because the ones
That's
I bought were
impressive.
5 high.
He just disassembles them, right? Because they're the same ones. He basically just
Yeah, they're
Frankensteins them.
infinitely stackable.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to have shelves that are, several units high, you don't really have shelves, then you have a table.
Yeah.
They're not shelves until they're too high to eat at.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Cool.
I'll go next if Diecast is done.
Yeah.
Yep,
sweet.
I'm all done.
Okay, so off topic first. This will go quick. I haven't really even opened anything. So I got Super Mini Plaw Liner Boy or Max Solar Zord. So that's the
Sorry, Don. No Titanium Ranger included.
yeah,
I'm
and-
learning to live with the disappointment.
and the Soto line that they're doing with the figures also doesn't have a Titanium Ranger, so you're kind of out of luck on
Yeah.
both fronts there.
Yeah, I'm expecting them.
Anyway, that's the last piece in the Super Mini Paw Go-Go 5 robot set. Because apparently they're not going to do Victory Mars, which, I mean, I don't really care because I never liked that anyway.
I liked it, but I didn't expect it because they've never done, except for Zoo Ranger, they've never done all the mechs for any series yet. That I know.
Yeah, I know. And if they were going to like double back and add to something they've already started, I think I would want to see like the Mega Voyager.
Yes.
Like, yeah, the Mega Voyager would be my number one pick for that. So perhaps someday I will put that together along with the Grand Liner and the Victory Robo that I've already had for months that have gone untouched in their boxes. So apart from that, I got a couple of Mega Constructs minifigures. So I found this one at Marshall's Markdown. It's the really only reason it's notable because there's some of these turning up at Marshall's right now. This is from Call of Duty Series 5. It's General Davis, which is just like an ordinary army dude in a uniform with a flag and a pistol. It's different accessories than they have for stuff. Interestingly, if you look at the portrait on the card there, he's supposed to have like a gray mustache, but the figure actually has that painted as the lower lip instead. So that's mildly awkward. And then this one was at Walmart because they're stocking at least the Halo stuff. It's Series 12 Marine Sniper, which is interesting to me because it's another one of the exceedingly uncommon female body type minifigures. Also, it's got the big, wacky-looking sniper rifle, which is an interesting accessory too. So, always happy to see and be able to pick up interesting new Mega Constructs figures. So, as for on-topic stuff, let me grab these out of here. Okay, so I have Crossguard, I have Double Crosser, I have Pedestrian Crossing, I have Four-Way Stop, and I have Saji Crossroad. Which is to say, I've gotten 5 of the Battlemaster Double Crosser from Earthrise, which finishes out the Battlemaster size class entirely, because we're not getting them next year.
Where'd you get them from?
Amazon.
Oh man, I missed them.
Actually, I think they're still up for order. They're just not listed as Double Crosser. They're listed as Crossguard, which was an earlier name for it, which I actually kind of like better. But I mean, like, I looked a couple of days ago. I've got all the Earthrise stuff on a private Amazon list just so I can keep track of it, and they still seem to be orderable at SRP. They might not ship immediately, but I don't think I'll be waiting especially long. This might be to Matt's interest a little bit. I found at Ross, these are the Target exclusive Hot Rod and Sharkticons. So they had 2 of those. They were $12.99 each, which I've been informed Target's been clearancing these out directly for sometimes less than that, but I don't have a Target nearby, and I do have a Ross, so I bought these. Also, I tweeted this to Matt yesterday or the day before. Tiny Turbo Changers Wave 4 for Cyberverse is adding the Sharkticon mold. So when that starts turning up, they're in a slightly different deco, but you can get more of those. So Matt, if you have any place around you that carries Tiny Turbo Changers, that's yeah, and probably that's not something you're gonna be able to get online easily either. Let's see. Finally, I think my Quintesson Pit of Judgment was delivered last Thursday or Friday, I forget.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't felt compelled to open it yet because it really is a nice display piece in the box. I'm going to open it up eventually because I especially want to handle the Quintesson Bailiff since it's got all the new parts versus the Alicon. But as packaging presentation goes, this is really nice. The alternate colors on the Quintesson are interesting too, although I think I do actually like the colors on the normal retail one a little bit better. They're a little bit more varied and more visually interesting, but as an alternate take on it, and this does look a little bit more like what you would expect from animation colors, I think. So both are valid, but I kind of like the retail one a little bit better. And then the minifigures are kind of neat too. But I think that's all I got this week, or at least that's all I could come up with. Seriously, it was the last 15 minutes before I got on the Google Meet call that I even remembered I had most of this stuff to talk about this week, so there's no telling what I might be overlooking.
Cool. Who else?
I'll go. And no theft this week, just IP infringement.
Close enough.
Close enough. Smoke screen. Finally, I got my smoke screen.
Oh, nice.
He's my favorite Dotson brother, so I'm looking forward to him. Hopefully, I can find a second one in the wild to keep in the box. I'm going to make a smoke screen shelf as well.
Where'd you get him from, Don?
He was from Amazon. It was an Amazon order. Got Tigertron. Cannot wait to dive into Tigertron and just. It's been a busy week, so I haven't had a chance to open and play with anything. But
did yours not come with a box?
It did. It's just I took him out of the box to show my girlfriend on what he looked like and why he was so cool looking. Because this is one of my favorite Beast Wars characters after Silverbolt, or maybe tied with Silverbolt. I haven't decided yet. Picked up third party wise. I picked up Dust, which is the G Creation recolor into Smokescreen. Again, with Smokescreen being my favorite character, so one of my favorite characters. So I got that because I got that a little bit cheaper than the rest of the retail. Continuing on with my thing, I too got my Quintesson set, and even the girlfriend doesn't really have a whole lot of connection to. I don't think she's seen the movie, but she said that's a really nice looking set. So I doubt I'll be opening up this one like Chris. I just want to sort of leave it because I've got the Quintesson, I've got a version of the guard there, and I've got at least one Charticon, so I'm good.
Don, you have to show her the movie like right
Oh,
now.
I am. It's just I can't. I've got the Blu-ray, but I don't have the TV hooked up. So I guess
the Trinitron wouldn't be great for Blu-ray playback.
no.
would it?
So if she sees it, I want to show her the good Blu-ray copy. I got.
Don, do you have an FHE copy of the movie?
Yes, I do.
You
It's
really
sitting
should
right
show
at-
her
it's sitting-
that and give her the genuine classic experience of Transformers.
Well, that's
the
very
movie.
true because I do have access to the VCR a little more readily than I do the Blu-ray player. But yeah, I got the FHE version sitting on my shelf beside G2 Megatron and Optimus. Bit of a impulse purchase, but these came back in at Chosen Prime, and they were a hell of a lot cheaper. Well, he was a hell of a lot cheaper than most places was selling them on the aftermarket. I got Double Evil,
Oh, that's a great.
which is the fans' hobby take on
Finally got
Overlord.
it.
Yeah, now that I've got the Thunderclash version of Power Baser, I wanted something to kind of go with him. And since my G1 Overlord is really yellow and not looking good, this will be nice to put on the shelf to have a display piece. The last two things I got
He's pretty big
was
too.
RC came in,
Nice.
looking kind of
Nice, you
forward.
play RC.
Yes. Well, speaking of that,
Oh God, Don!
Oh,
don't tell me
no.
you got Nicey.
I went ahead. I found Nicey. I went ahead and got her.
And you've opened
What
that
does the
one.
girlfriend think? What does the girlfriend think of that?
Hadn't
I-
opened
I
RC, but he's opened Nicey.
Well, no. This came a couple days before RC, and I wanted to show her. There's that. My girlfriend, bragged on me a little bit, but
Good.
the thing is this: barring the issues with her headlights aside, it's a good-looking figure. It's
Now, when you
well-
say headlights,
Don, is that a euphemism,
Headlights.
or are the headlights actually what turn into your gigantic robot boobs?
no, I'm being polite and using a metaphor.
You don't buy that toy and use a nice, polite metaphor to describe what it is.
no.
Okay,
But interestingly about that toy, from what I've heard, they axed the RC heads.
yeah, they
So
did. They
all
did.
the heads are not.
Well, they'll probably release those as an add-on pack separately.
Or included with another product that's not related to this.
That's essentially the same thing. But
Yeah,
anyway,
true.
Don, in talking about this toy, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but it's the most appropriate thing. You'd have to ask yourself, what would Diecast say?
One, he's my friend, but I don't really care what he would say. Sorry, Diecast. It's just
No, that's okay. It's your collection. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing: I found it for a good price, about $40 cheaper than anywhere else. Shipping was very reasonable. It's a good-looking figure. It's well painted. I've heard good things about the
You're an
build
adult now.
quality.
You don't have to explain to us.
No. I know.
And with my question, I meant, like, when you're describing that toy, you need to think, what would Diecast say? And use that as your example.
Oh, what not to do? You're right.
Well,
So,
you know.
but I'm just saying, yes, I know there's some issues with this toy, but also fan service has been around since before I was born in various ways. It's going to happen, so either acknowledge it and move
I
on,
thought fan
or don't
service
buy
was
it.
the name of another third party for a second. But he's actually talking about actual fan service.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
So I'm just saying, putting that aside, it's a good-looking figure. I've heard it's well built. It poses well.
It's sure well built, Don.
So yes, I got it.
She's
I
had a
think it's a
couple
great looking-
upgrades.
I think it. And my girlfriend said, "Y'all were going to rag me on it. Go ahead and get out of your system. I don't
Oh,
care."
we'll work on it.
No, Don,
Yes.
I don't know if you remember, but I've said in previous shows when we've mentioned that figure briefly that I don't mind it because that's a company that is IP infringing. It's not officially, it's not an officially licensed toy.
It's their take.
So it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah, it's their take. So
when
yeah,
Flames Toys was doing it, it bothered me because they were officially licensed.
right.
Hey,
right.
so
And
so,
again,
so Nest Chalk asked, fan service, is that another place that Don worked in his youth?
So I mean, again, I'm not justifying it because I'm just saying
You don't have
you
to,
have
Don.
to. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
It doesn't matter how much you justify it anyway. We're still going to make fun of you for it. Because
Yeah, exactly.
It is
So I'm
what it
saying-
is.
It's a good looking figure. It poses well. It has a lot of accessories. It has a lot of options as far as you can take the wheel, you can take the fenders off and make them like side sheaths on the hips. She
Take
has.
the
She,
fenders
You're
off.
digging a hold on. You can.
anyway, it's a very
we can
nice
stop
looking
now.
figure, and I hope to see more from this company down the road.
Is there anything else you could take off of her, Don?
Don, I don't think we can see much more from this company given what they've already done with that.
Haha.
It's pretty much all out there.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. So what else, Don?
Oh, I picked up last week. I picked up Slitherfang. About having opened.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, you're only like a wave behind on me now on Battle Masters.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
How many did you buy, Don? I bought 6.
I bought one. That's all I need.
I have no idea how many I have, but I know I keep finding sound barriers whenever I move a box. One falls out.
I have
actually been-
3 slither fangs, but I need more.
I've been having the same experience with sound barriers. I think they're multiplying here. I might need to call in some outside help on that to get the population under control.
Yeah. Cool. Chris, did you go?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Matt.
Yes. So, from Hasbro Customer Care, I got my Lightning Collection Dino Thunder White Ranger helmet
Oh,
with
sweet.
the actual paint decos on it. It looks really good, and they're getting these out surprisingly quick. Like, I just got my confirmation, I think less than 2 weeks ago that they were gonna get it to me. So,
Oh, so it was like a known issue. It wasn't just your copy.
oh yeah.
It was production wide, and it seemed like they identified it well enough before the figure started coming out to already have the replacement heads in process before anybody could raise a concern.
Yeah,
about it.
I'm not like 100% sure, but I think like they are working it into a running change with upcoming stock.
That's the first time I've actually seen them do like a extra piece to fix a problem or a known issue. So that's progress.
And I also got my Super Mini Pla Liner Boy kit, except, I actually assembled mine. I went ahead and threw him on Victory Robo to make Max Victory Robo.
That looks really nice.
Yeah, I love this thing. I have the Sigma version that's all black and gold coming too eventually. But there is an issue with Liner Boy. He has one point of connection for the front and back halves of the shuttles, which also acts as his his knees in robot mode. And you see these blasters here that are made of gold plastic.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's like a major connection point. So he's probably going to stay in Max Victory Robot mode, forever. So I don't ever have to rely on that again. And I love this. Like, part of the thing I love is he has the Fort Max love handle cannons that are just wonderful.
So how long did that take you to build?
Liner Boy actually wasn't a bad build. It's not like Grand Liner, which was a disastrous nightmare. But Liner Boy was actually pretty simple. He had 45 or so stickers to that kit, I think, but most of them are big and cover, like easy surface detail to cover. So, yeah, it was good. Also from Hasbro Pulse, I got my Hellfire Club set.
Nice. Oh, the box is great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
wow.
it has the painted portrait
Oh,
inside,
beautiful.
and on the back of said painted portrait, it has a hidden invitation to join the inner circle in that
Nice.
envelope there. So the figures look pretty good. It's
Ima-
Sebastian Shaw, Emma Frost, Jean Grey with an alternate Celine head, and Donald Pierce.
You know what they should do? There should be like a deluxe version of Wolverine that goes along with that.
There is a Wolverine mask
Okay.
and a Magneto helmet in here too. So it's the Black King, the Black Queen, the White Queen, and the White Bishop. They put in Donald Pierce. They neglected to put in the White King, Leland, which is unfortunate because, putting in a middle-aged fat guy really would have spoken to the fan base, I think. Also, from Hasbro Pulse, I got the best convention set
Sweet.
ever.
Yeah.
They will never, ever top the Quintesson Pit of Judgment. And just like everything in there is great. The presentation is amazing. Like, I don't want to open this. It is such a gorgeous package. It's like torture to not open this. I want to so bad, but it's so beautiful. So I guess I'll just have to.
The only option is buy a second one.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to open this Quintesson Pit of Judgment instead.
Oh, I'm jealous.
So you went ahead
Hey, Matt,
and
was
rinsed it
was
and
that
ordered two?
No, I got one off of Toy Dojo's eBay store. They had a price an eBay price that I was willing to pay. It's not one of the ones that people are charging $350 or $400 for.
Jeez.
It was reasonable. Like, I'm not sure how many they managed to get. I think it was just a couple, but like they had sold 4 or something by the time I got mine. But yes, I have one to keep in the box forever because it is beautiful and a fantastic presentation, and one to open and play with. So,
Well,
I am
Matt, is
happy.
that the financially irresponsible?
That is
thing
the
that you had
financially
mentioned?
irresponsible thing that
Okay.
I did this week. Yes,
Cool.
yes,
Okay.
and that's it for me.
Okay. Rob, did you get anything?
Yeah, I got a few minor things. I got Airwave, who is really nice. I am definitely not going to regret having that mold second time as a fire station. It's a nice little set. Happy with that. I also finally doubled back since I had Double Crosser already, but I did not have Slitherfang, and I got one of those thanks to Chris sending me the Amazon link.
Sweet.
And that's also just a fun little toy. And I got the Micromaster Astro Squad, and I think I'm pretty much done with Micromasters because.
Well, I have good news for you, Rob.
So are they? Yes. Yeah, because for one thing, there's a molding error on the one hip joint, and the leg falls off on one of them. I don't even remember which is which at this point. And it has that thing that a couple of the other Micromasters I've gotten have, where just adding ball joints to this particular bit of G1 just made everything difficult to transform and unsatisfying. And I'm out of the 4 like non-cassette guy Micromaster sets I've gotten one good one that did everything it was supposed to do fairly well. I got one decent one. The jets that turn into a sword I thought were pretty good on pretty much all fronts. The Hot Rod Patrol are decent. There's as guns and whatever, they're a wash. They make decent little cars, and they're transformable without too much hassle. And then there's these guys, and there's the Military Patrol set with flak, both of which were just kind of not good. So that's not a good success rate on these. So I'm fine with just leaving this attempt at Micromasters behind. I think I'm good and done with that. But that is the extent of what I got this week.
Cool. John, did you get anything?
Let's see here. I got similar stuff to you guys. I got a couple of Hiss tanks, one online and one in store. I really like Hiss 1. more than I expected. It's the first time I've gotten a Hiss 1. Hiss 2 is a masterpiece that I still love to this day, but it's the first time I've ever gotten a Hiss Tank 1. And so I'm pretty happy with that. And I did notice in Walmart that they're starting to put the stickers out and the planograms and stuff for Retro G.I. Joe. So I'm hoping Wave 1 shows up in stores.
Sweet.
Because Wave 2 is showing up in stores simultaneously. None of this has shipped from Walmart.com, by the way. So now we're 2 waves behind the stores. So that's promising. The most interesting thing I got this week, though, was I got the 1989 line art catalog for advertising art for Hasbro. So, like I said last week, I have the 1986 and now the 1989. This is unique black and white art that is made specifically for newspapers and mailers and direct advertising. So the brands between the change in brands from 1986 to 1989 is crazy. It shows you how much changes in 3 years. And what's interesting, so I'll go through the brands. So 1989, they had Maxi. If you don't remember what Maxi was, you're not the demo. 1, if you're listening to this podcast. 2, it was Hasbro's attempt to overtake Barbie. And for 2 or 3 years in the mid to late 80s, they were all about Maxi. Like all their chips were into Maxi, and they were going to try to topple Barbie. I don't have to tell you how that turned out.
No.
But she is the first section in this catalog. She's the first section in, I think, 2, at least 1 Toy Fair catalogs back in the day, like cover. She was literally the cover girl. And this was even during the still probably the back end of the apex of Transformers. No, Maxi got the front cover because we were trying super hard here. Then you have Faz. Faz, again, you are probably not the demo if you're listening to this podcast. Faz was interchangeable jewelry for girls. So it was my first jewelry. You had Sweetie Pups, Topsy Turtles, My Little Pony, the Pogo Ball.
I remember that thing.
Yeah.
And then we get to some real gems that I didn't even realize. I didn't even think about this, but in the late 80s, I should say, licenses kind of went back and forth, and we focused on the A brands for Mattel and Hasbro and such. But in 1989, Hasbro had a licensing deal with Nintendo. So there's unique Nintendo line art in here for Nintendo statues and dioramas that they would sell that have
I remember those.
Very bizarre designs for Bowser and Donkey Kong and Mario. Anyway.
Did you tweet any of these out?
I haven't tweeted 1989.
Okay.
1999 will drive probably video game people wild if I do some teaser clips of the hideous monster that Bowser is apparently in newspaper ads. Then they have Cops, Transformers, and G.I. Joe. So the other thing that's neat about this catalog is, unlike 1986, so 1986 was basically just clip art, right? So it was just the different kind of assets, and then you could cobble together your advertisement however you needed to. This has full on layouts. So
nice.
this tells you hey, if you're running a half page ad for Topsy Turtles, this is what you do. You take this entire layout as is. Here's a half page ad for you, and you take this and you drop it in your newspaper.
That's so much smarter.
It is, well, yeah, it's much more controlling, that's for sure. But what I will say is, and this is why I'm excited to scan particularly these 2 catalogs and get them out on the internet, is again, this art was used for newsprint primarily.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have newspapers that have survived 35 years, chances are they're not in the greatest shape. And even back then, this is ink on newsprint. This is the same art, but it's printed in pristine condition on stock, just paper stock. So outside of actual vectorized art or the original source, right? The original file or art or whatnot, the actual original ink on paper, this is as nice and as high quality condition as possible in 2020 for this art. So this is like a real kind of preservation thing because this art does not exist in any better condition than it does in these catalogs. And the inside pages of these two catalogs I have are in perfect condition.
So one,
Nice.
this is awesome just for what it is, but two, just given your profession, this is like the double whammy. This is like the nichiest of niches, and
Yeah,
I am like
sure.
proud that I know you.
Yes. Yeah, we're allowed to geek out. We are recording a Transformers podcast.
I love this. This is like the coolest thing. I
a
can't wait to see
bazillionth
those.
year. Yeah, and again, and the other thing too, like the last thing is again, like 89 is such a weird year. We obsess over. We don't. Hasbro obsesses over 1984 through
Yeah.
86 ish. But like late 80s, early 90s stuff is really like overlooked and forgotten,
Yeah.
and it's super cool.
What-
And this is also the stuff that is like going head to head with like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Power
yeah.
Rangers is right around the corner. And video game, the NES is about to like take over the world. So like this is like a real kind of interesting time in toys, and we don't really like think about it as
In
much as we should.
In '86, did Hasbro own Parker Brothers? I don't think that they didn't have Gloob
Not
yet.
yet.
They had
Mm-mm,
Kenner.
not
Okay, I was just curious, like if like Nerfles or anything like that happened to be in the '86 catalog.
I'll go back and look through my different toy what is it? Why am I drawing a blank? It's not Toy Fair. Is it Toy Fair? Yeah, it's Toy Fair. Anyway, I'll go through all those catalogs and kind of look. I do know like there was at least 2 years where it was Hasbro Toy Group. So they had they had acquired Kenner and all these other Parker Brothers and all these other properties, but they had not like merged them with Hasbro. And so they were going to market as like Hasbro Toy Group, and all these different companies still existed.
That's
So
awesome.
that's another interesting time.
That is so cool. Cool.
Yeah.
And that employee,
Has it?
the employee handbook that you got from what, the 50s or 60s as well.
1953,
God,
I
that's
think.
so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's true. That one's awesome because like it gives a shout out to, it's like Barbara in the sewing department. They're like, hey, the cover was the idea of Barbara in the sewing department. Thanks, Barbara. and then it's like a note from the CEO at the time, or the president at the time, and you can basically like smell like cigar smoke and coffee like coming off the page.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Cool. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. That leaves me. So I'll just rush through this stuff. I got the Astro Squad. So yay. You know, I've been wanting them. I needed them. So thanks to Diecast for pointing those out to me on Amazon. The classified Snake Supreme Cobra Commander came today, and I just cracked it open and looked at it and was underwhelmed.
At least the packaging is neat.
Yeah, the deco on it just doesn't do anything for me. So there's that. I'm just rushing through this. Pit of Judgment came today, and it's nice. I love it. I wish I had 2 or 3, but I don't know that I could bring myself to open them. It is just lovely packaging. Let's see here. What else? I'll save the weird stuff till later. Last week, they were just sitting at the other house, but it's 2 Quintessons that came to round out my group. Haven't had a chance to open it yet, but Cybertron came. Waiting on that. Hope to get to that this weekend, but I have a big deployment at work, so I doubt it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Blue Streak. You see sitting here not in a box. Blue Streak's
That's
very
smoke
nice.
screen.
Smoke
Smoke
screen.
screen.
Smart smoke screen, sorry. Smoke screen is really nice.
Triptychon.
What?
I said Triptychon.
Yeah. Blackberici is really nice. Yeah. Runabout is amazing, yeah. Yeah, smoke screen is really nice. So it's just really pleased with it. So speaking of Blue Streak though, do we know yet where that's coming from?
I still think it's an Amazon exclusive in the US.
Okay.
So Amazon Prime Day is coming up next week, and
But, yeah,
Tuesday.
Still no official announcement. No.
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. So let's see here. What else? 3 more things. I think I mentioned this last week. I'm not going to pull it out, but I ordered a Unite Warriors Lynx Master. What made me very happy about this though, I bought it. It's used, but I can't tell that it's ever been opened. Out, and it even came with the shipping carton.
That was
So
nice.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I love it when they come in the shipping carton. So usually, if you buy one, they come in the carton and you open it. But like when I opened it up and looked at it, I just couldn't tell that anybody's ever actually touched the toys. So, I got this came out 10 years ago, last month. The Disney label is a 7-Eleven exclusive in Japan. Disney label, Donald Duck, but it's the Halloween version.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I was recording an episode of Hot 5, History on the Fives, and this was mentioned. I'm like, I don't think I have that. And I ordered it from Singapore and got it in like a week.
Wow.
I know. That's faster than I'll get stuff from like Maine or New Hampshire, like East Coast.
Well, Maine and New Hampshire are pretty far away, Brian.
It's East Coast. Last thing I saw this on Amazon Japan when I was looking for Starscream. And I just love seeing random stuff. It was a Transformers coloring book. And I'm like, I don't recognize it. And it was on Amazon Japan, so I just thought it was weird that, that the coloring book, the fact that it was on Amazon Japan was the reason that I thought that it just looked weird to me. And I'll show it here. It's literally just Transformers, and it's kind of blurry. And it says Transformers coloring book, but there's no Hasbro badging on it. And on the back, I don't recognize these robots, what they are. But they're not Transformers that I recognize.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, and I'm like, there's nothing on the back. Yeah, there's theft. Yeah, there's nothing on the back about it. There's nothing on the back about it, like saying Hasbro or anything like that. So I just checked Amazon US to see if it was on there because I was going to buy it from Amazon Japan for like $10, and I got it from Amazon US for like $6. The art is really nice, and honestly, it could looking at it, it would pass for like a legit Transformers coloring book, even though it's like mostly robots in disguise. Actually, it is all robots in disguise.
Yeah, that's consistent with the cover.
Yeah, and well, no, inside there's movie stuff too, and animated. Here's animated Megatron. I've barely scanned through it. I literally just got it this evening. Thunderhoof, Soundwave, but by the looks of it, it's like a print-on-demand deal from somebody named Suzanne Julius. Copyright 2020. It is incredibly unlicensed. And it just surprised me that an unlicensed Transformers coloring book would actually make its way to Amazon. It just seems like this would be something somebody would sell on their website or through like
Taobao.
Yeah, but it's just various Transformers. I mean,
did that come in a giant Ziploc bag by chance?
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
there's.
I mean, you can get the KO Masterpiece Transformers on Amazon.
That's true. That's true. You're right. But are those shipped by Amazon? Does Amazon warehouse them and ship them?
I don't think so.
Yeah. This was warehoused and shipped by Amazon. Just weird.
But still, even if you're allowing it to be sold on the site,
Yeah.
I think you still have some responsibility.
Yeah, but like this robot in this guy's cover, it's blurry because it's like a JPEG and it's been stretched. It's not like super blurry, but you can tell that it was not intended to be a cover. And that looks like that's official art, and it has like the Autobot badges and stuff on them. And there's Autobot badges and stuff on the inside too. It's completely unofficial. So I just thought it was funny. So
theft.
Yeah, theft. Amazon is becoming Taobao, Spider Bob said, and I agree. Okay, let's jump to news. Blah blah blah. Let's see what we have going on. Abominus returns in Generation Selects from Takara Tomy, and they are tune accurate, I guess.
Sort of. The limbs aren't particularly more so than they were to start with. The changes are almost entirely on hunger and the accessories.
I want it so bad I can taste it. Yeah. I'm hungry. Okay.
So this Abominus comes with the most recent model of Combiner hands, like we're seeing on King Poseidon, and I guess we'll be on Takara's Volcanicus as well. This also has a copy of the large rifle that came with Turtler, which has all the 5mm ports, so you can plug the other Terracon weapons on and make a super rifle out of that. But most notably, a new shield accessory is included that you can attach to Abominus as a chest plate.
I love that.
That makes it look more cartoon accurate, but like most of the robots are not themselves more cartoon accurate. They changed Hunger's deco,
Yeah.
noticeably. But I would say on the whole, it's probably the same level of change overall as Volcanicus from the Power of the Primes version to these box set versions. It's just kind of all focused in one place on this one.
Like
It can be yours for the low price, and I use that as sarcastically as possible, of 22,000 yen.
Ow.
Like I love the Terracons, and I love my combiners. And if this was coming in like a Unite Warrior style box where you could like display it or something, I might actually consider it. But this is going to be Generation Selects. It's just going to come in a cardboard box. It's
Is that for
a lot.
pre-order yet from Pulse?
Not that I'm aware of, but I can't imagine they won't if they ran with the Dinobots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just took them a while to get the Dinobots.
A few days at least. This only went up last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it time. Give it a week or so.
Like maybe by Monday.
I totally have no interest on this just because
Yeah.
I have the Power of the Primes.
I said on Twitter right after these popped up, I like the ones I have better, and that's the truth. Like some of the new stuff they've added is interesting in its own way, but I certainly wouldn't rebuy the set for them.
Like
Yeah.
I don't even understand this because they already released a bundle set of Terracons in the Japanese market.
Did they? I thought they just released
I'm
them individually in
pretty
Power of the Primes
sure.
like we got them.
I'm pretty sure there was a bundle set too.
That might have just been selling all 5 at once in their individual packaging.
Yeah, a bundle set.
I don't really. That's not really equivalent to this though in terms of like product category though. That's just like you don't have to make 5 orders. You can just make 1 order.
The sad thing is, I would if I was going to buy either one, I would rebuy the Dinobots because at least there's more done to them to make it a fairly different looking set versus the first version. There's just not enough here, like y'all said. There's just not enough here to warrant double dipping on a mold.
It's Spectre General, not Warrant.
Oh.
If this was like $120 or $130 like the Unite Warrior sets were, that would be one thing. This is almost double the price though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I still don't have Guard City or Battle Guy.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's the kick in the butt there.
Okay. Also floating around with this, we saw a Sound Blaster, I guess made from the Siege Soundwave with the Mercenary insignia.
Yeah, it's essentially just the Sound Blaster that Walmart released last year, with apparently a little less battle damage deco, and they swapped the Decepticon logo out for the Mercenary faction logo, and it looks like it comes with a laser beak
It'll probably
instead
be
of a buzzsaw.
probably
Because
be
we
175,000
never have
yen.
buzzsaw apparently.
17,000 yen. I'm kidding, I guess.
What?
I'm kidding, nothing.
Oh.
Ignore me.
Yeah, no. As this would probably be around 7,000, I would say, as a Takara Voyager with a laser beak included. Somewhere in that neighborhood. I mean, on the one hand, I'm glad that doesn't come with a buzzsaw, because if it did, I'd probably want to get it, so I would actually finally have a buzzsaw. And I don't have Siege Sound Blaster either, so technically not double dipping. But I also, if I'm going to get a Sound Blaster, I want it off of the new Soundwave remold, not this one.
Yeah.
Which will probably happen eventually. Maybe that'll have a buzzsaw.
That'll probably come with a rat bat.
So our buddy Josh tweeted at us a little while ago too. We have color images of Masterpiece second version Starscream.
Yeah, it looks really nice. It's still
Good
not
colors.
Up. Still not up on Amazon Japan.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually official pre-orders out for it yet. A couple of retailers are putting up what I would call speculative pre-orders.
Yeah.
So, they're using common sense and experience with previous Masterpiece releases to figure out what price point it will probably hit, and then probably adding about $30 to it just to give themselves a cushion. So you can pre-order it from a couple places right now, and if you do, probably it will end up being a little bit cheaper than what you're pre-ordering it for. Although we can't guarantee that. We do see in this though an assortment of the accessories. So they're padding it out with another set of the Masterpiece display stand, this time in Decepticon purple. There's some blast effects, a Megatron pistol, several option faces, what looks like maybe 2 alternate arm cannons, because they're definitely not the same design as the regular null rays on there.
Well, one thing I'm going to
can't
bring. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I can't do it. It's
You'll buy 3.
Yeah,
No,
because I
that's
can't.
Matt.
Well, I would have to buy 3. I would have to buy at least Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. So
What about Trypticon?
And yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, one thing for the viewers who are newer to the show, I want to exercise a word of caution about putting the pre-orders up, just because this happened a couple of years ago with some Robotech/Macross items. BBTS put up the Robotech Cyclone armor for $99.99 based on what the previous Valkyries had been running. Then it came out as suggested retail at $199 instead of $99, and then Bandai said you can't sell it below $179, and BBTS had to send out a letter that we can't sell it below this price. And so I'm just saying,
has that happened with anything Transformers related? Have they bombed out?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it may wind up being more than what we're thinking.
it's usually with Transformers, what they'll do is they'll overshoot. They try to aim it for what they think it's going to be, and maybe
Right.
put in some buffer, and then
Which is what I said at the start of this.
yeah. So
Right.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
I
the
just
thing
wanted
too
to.
is, like, if it does end up coming in at a higher price point than the stores expect, they will do one of 2 things on their own volition. They will either stick with the price that they've already taken pre-orders for, or they will send out a notice saying
cancel.
it's higher than we expected. We cannot sell it to you for this price and maintain our margins. You can either accept a price increase or we can cancel your order. Both of those things are within their rights to do as a retailer.
Yeah.
If they can at all manage it, they would probably stick with option A because it's better for customer satisfaction and loyalty.
Yeah.
But like, I've known stores in the Transformers field over the years that have done option B just because they are working with extremely tight margins and they can't take a hit like that on a lot of an expensive item like this.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just bringing that up as a little bit of history on how you can assume something and then it's going to go completely cattywampus.
Yeah, and I'm not necessarily endorsing the idea of jumping in one of these, again, speculative
Yeah.
pre-orders.
Right.
I'm just kind of explaining what the situation is. If you see them up somewhere, this is what's going on right now. Until we have officially released pictures through Takara Tomy and at least a product page on Takara Tomy Mall, nothing is official pre-orders yet.
Yeah.
Also,
Right.
I'm examining this closer, and I think these actually are the null rays. They just look really weird from this top-down angle they're showing in the accessory inset.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah.
no extra option guns, which would have been interesting but kind of strange. The thing is, so like we've had pictures now through like Figure King and everything of the thing in both modes.
Yeah.
I still can't figure out what's going on with the extra hinges on the wings. Like, there's a set of hinges on the top and bottom of the wing surfaces. I can't figure out what they're actually doing between modes for this toy. It's kind of driving me nuts.
Oh god. Hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully there's like no robot bits sandwiched in there between the wings somehow.
My best theory right now is that there is a duplicate wing surface on the opposite side, and those
Probably.
hinges allow a cover piece to flip from one side to the other, so that you can have less detailed wing surfaces in robot mode and like realistic detailed wing surfaces for jet mode. Because that sounds like a Takara masterpiece thing to do.
A modern Takara masterpiece thing to do. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Well, now I remember seeing on Twitter that there was some speculation that the Decepticon symbol on the wings could be rotated or adjusted to a proper orientation. Do you think maybe there's something with that involved with those? I mean, like changing out, like, you know, rotating the wings, changing out this, if you want a different kind of design wing in robot mode, and then it gives you the choice of the upside down or the right side up one.
I mean, maybe, but I think that might also be like a separate function from what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Also, weren't Starscream's insignia on the wings usually upside down in robot mode?
I think so, but I remember there was some animation errors where they were upside right.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know.
Cool.
Well, I mean that is true for at least one ACOM episode, because like there's a screenshot from the core where you can see an upright Decepticon symbol on Starscream's wing, but like the normal model, I'm pretty sure, has those upside down. And I think that's what Takara would opt for primarily. Now, like you say, there might be some kind of option to be able to display it either way, but failing that, I would assume they're going to just stay upside down.
Yeah. Right now might be a good time if MP44 didn't do it for you. But if you're still buying Masterpiece, hate to say this, but it might be a good time to reevaluate whether or not you want to continue buying Masterpiece. Especially with the stuff that we're getting now. Like, I'm buying the stuff, but I could easily stop.
I just got a Masterpiece Starscream for like $45, so you know.
Yeah.
Theft?
No.
Which one was
No,
it?
movie masterpiece.
Oh, right.
Yeah. True. Ah, cool.
So Ratchet's 120. He's showing up, so I
For now.
expect in a month he'll be 60.
It'll probably take a little bit longer than that. Again, I think that MPM Starscream went on deep discount as fast as they did because they didn't want to have that and Masterpiece Ratchet on the shelf at the same time.
Probably.
Yeah, and I think they probably won't clearance it out till after Christmas. But
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, and I forgot Brian.
You spent,
I
so
got-
Don
yeah, I got
bought,
Ratchet.
he got
Masterpiece
he
for
got
Ratchet. Yeah, I forgot. He just came today, and I
Are
just
you
remembered.
holding on to it in the box so you can return it? And he's grinning.
Well, no.
He's
No,
going to.
I know. I'm going to open him up, put him on the shelf. It's I've got my
He
receipt.
can always pack him back up, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don, I'm
we're-
actually interested to hear what you say about that piece because it looks like a blown up deluxe figure. So if you could
I mean,
open it,
it's the same character, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be I mean, it's like I may be using wrong terminology because Chris has said the terminology has not advanced when we talk about this stuff based on the new production designs. But I'm sure there's a lot of that skeleton in this, in this design because if it works, it's not all going to work. It's not like Chris said, taking the slider up another 30% to make a masterpiece. But I'm sure there's a lot of inspiration on, well, this worked on here. It may work on here if we do this.
It's a bad example, but I do remember years ago in the early days of third-party masterpiece-alike jazzes, at least one of those was heavily drawing from the design of the Reveal the Shield jazz because it was a good design
Yes.
that just worked.
that's true. That was J4ZZ.
I mean, that was definitely one of the masterpiece-alike jazzes. I don't know if that's one of the ones that was doing the thing I said because who
think
the
it-
hell
I
can
think-
remember
I
and
think it
keep up?
was.
But that absolutely was a thing that existed, and it might have been an example.
Okay, so new photos of Netflix Siege Wave 2 spoiler pack Nemesis Prime reveal. Man, we didn't get spoiled, or we did get spoiled. Oh.
Still kind of bummed out this
No.
isn't the Earthrise mold.
I
Yeah.
just want the red Slitherfang. That's
Yeah.
all.
I'm disappointed that it's not the Takara Nemesis Prime Siege Deco.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
like that.
'cause it looks
a
way
lot more.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that that with the addition of Giza, it now comes with all of the extra accessories that Power of the Prime's Nemesis Prime came with. That was mainly the reason why I posted this, because I don't know if anybody's looked at the price of that Nemesis Prime anytime recently, but it's gone up fairly considerably last time I checked. So
Really?
yeah, last time I saw it was running around $100. So that was on Amazon though, so maybe it's still slightly better on eBay. But yeah, if you missed that release and you would like a Nemesis Prime with all those parts, here's a more reasonable shot at it that comes with a trailer and a red hiss plank. So, and random pile of Play-Doh with Energon cubes in it. So
For
Yeah.
reasons.
yes, for reasons. But that's I think it's a pretty good deal. The only thing being, as I'm pretty sure I wrote, those wrist blasters looked oversized on the Power of the Prime's leader class
Oh,
scale.
geez, yeah.
Here on a Voyager, they just look absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, I do.
And like, there's not topside ports on the trailer to even plug them into, is there?
I don't remember.
There are
but I
topside
don't
ports on
think
the trailer, but not the trailer. Never mind the cab. Sorry. Yeah, I don't remember. About
Yeah,
the trailer.
so you could have a cab with just enormous smokestacks running around,
Yeah.
if you really want that.
when is this coming out? Do we know?
When the Walmart stuff hits the next wave.
Oh, so so you'll
It's
get
not Walmart exclusive anymore. But like
Yeah,
the
Pulse
timing
has
is
it.
probably gonna be about the same.
so you can find it in stores probably in a month or two.
And
You'll
on the
get
website, never.
you'll find it on the website for pre-order, and you'll get it like in 7 years.
Yeah, because
Unless
I
you-
never got my first wave of Netflix figures.
It's so crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the ship date on this on the website I think is like the 16th, but I'm not expecting much of anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Gosh, I don't want to stay. So yes, the Siege, or the Netflix toys, the first wave, they hit before the pandemic hit the U.S. So that was a while ago, and you still haven't received. It's crazy.
Well, now there's one thing I wanted to post to y'all. It's the theory that I had, and I just want to see if y'all think I was water. With all the Walmart stuff being delayed and delayed and delayed, in my experience with retail, a lot of the times is that places like Walmart, Target, and the rest of them, whenever stuff doesn't show up for a long time, it means they're creating what we call PDQs. Please display quickly, shippers, basically.
Mhm.
Do you think with all this stuff being pushed back and not being sent, other than Diecast Wave 1 Earthrise, Wave 1 Netflix, other than that, do you think the red stuff, this Optimus, Wave 2 and Netflix, do you think all that could be coming in a pre-Christmas shipper? Since everything's being delayed and nothing's really hitting the stores? Because I haven't heard of anybody finding red in the U.S. yet. At least not yet.
Oh no, they have. It's just been on the West Coast.
Okay.
No, I've been suspecting, at least in terms of like not seeing a lot of deluxe Earthrise past Wave 1 come into Walmarts, that it has been related to them basically keeping space open for the Netflix stuff more in their distribution system. Now, of course, from what I've seen, a reasonable enough number of locations are still sitting on a bunch of Wave 1 Netflix stuff, so it's not going to make a difference because the stores aren't going to get them anyway. But yeah, like the Netflix stuff, the first time around came in one of those display units. When Walmart first got Earthrise in meaningful quantities, that came in a display unit. It's not unreasonable to think that when the stores, quote unquote, for real get red stuff, that's also going to be part of a display unit. Probably the same thing that will have either later Earthrise stuff in it or the Netflix stuff. Probably the Netflix stuff. I don't think they're going to mix and match Netflix and regular Earthrise at this point, but
Probably not.
like they could totally put a column in of the red stuff with the Netflix toys if they were that inclined to get the product out at the same time. But No, I think there probably is merit to the idea that some of what we're seeing in terms of slow or non-existent restocks is because they're planning a coordinated rollout of this as a feature.
Cool.
Probably not on the 16th though.
Okay. Last item. Generation Selects Earthrise Barricade leaked.
I like it.
Were we expecting this?
No.
Not
We were
specifically.
we were expecting it in the next Netflix wave.
Well, we were expecting a barricade in the next Netflix wave or a future.
Well,
Netflix
this is the one I was expecting anyway.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, as we've discussed recently, that listing from back then from Walmart could just as well be the Siege one again with different battle damage deco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is interesting. It's a Takara Tomy Selects, so this is not a Hasbro initiated product, or at least not one that Hasbro is pushing the release of. It is possible that the listing we're referring to, which came out of Walmart's computers months ago, it's entirely possible that is something that got canceled from regular distribution. Walmart may have said, we don't want a third wave of this stuff. We're having trouble enough getting rid of what we've got. Just we're cutting you off after wave 2. So that could have got canceled. Takara decided to pick it up and release it for their markets. So now it's primarily their exclusive.
Yeah.
We don't have any official information about this. This popping up via a Facebook group was a complete surprise, much like the Transformers Prime 10th anniversary set was. It's very much in the same vein as that. Presumably, we will hear something about this from Takara Tomy Ball in the near future, since this looks like it's like immediately ready to go. Every once in a while, Takara Tomy Ball does put up stuff that's basically like, yeah, just go ahead and order it. It's not a pre-order, or it's a very short-term pre-order. They'll be fulfilled, in a couple of weeks, or it's just open until we run out of them.
I really like this. I need this.
Yeah.
I would imagine this will also be something that Hasbro Pulse will pick up once Takara makes it available. Because if this is a canceled product that Hasbro had planned, basically they get the best of both worlds. That way they don't have to deal with trying to find a home for this primarily, but they can still offer it to the US and Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great. And like I said before with the Siege one, I just love that we are getting a G1-ish barricade. I think we need to get more of that with these post-G1 characters. G1
I wish it had
everything.
I wish it had the purple windows like the Siege one.
Yeah. Cool.
I kind of like the flat. Well, these are. I just like that it's like a flat paint on it. I think it's really interesting.
That might just be the way the photos look, though.
At least on the hood, it's flat.
Oh yeah. That like slightly brownish. Yeah, that's definitely a different paint texture than the rest of it, which I'm sure that's intentional to do that kind of two-tone effect with it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Hey, Amazon Prime Day is coming up next week. I think the 13th. Buy crap. tfradio.net/Amazon. Just when you go, just bookmark that. tfradio.net/Amazon. They'll have all sorts of knickknacks and little weird shaped batteries. Chargers for your phone. Like corn holders. Soap dishes and things like that for Prime Day.
Toast racks.
Toast racks, yes. tfradio.net/Amazon for all that stuff. Seriously, it'll help us out. Just the sheer volume of stuff on Prime Day is helpful. Years back, Prime Day for us was like, God, that's how we paid for the year. Don't expect that this year, but hey, that would be great.
Maybe if Blue Streak does get listed for Prime Day and enough people put orders in for that, that'll make up the difference.
Yep.
Because I don't think Amazon has dropped their affiliate rates on toys yet.
Sweet, yes. tfradio.net/Amazon.
It's already really low.
Yeah, you can buy a shirt at tfradio.net/shirt. Get a mask. Get a mask. There's all sorts of stuff you can get. It'll help us out. Be much appreciated. I still need to pick up that 3 3/4 inch shirt. That's pretty sweet. And of course, our Patreon, patreon.com/tfradio. We're posting content all the time. And we want to thank our folks at the Touched tier. You can find these folks listed at tfradio.net/credits. I'm going to go in reverse order that I have. Ryan Bona, Joey Russell, Patrick Davidson, Gaming Fix, Emmett Stresovich, Rabbits, Spider Bob, Nathan Sampy, Hector Bones, Matthew Deadman, Jonathan James, Jason Hiley, Mike Mallory, Jason W. Rye, Jacob Owen Lucia, Sean Bratton, Peter Giancopoulos, and Kevin Dorsey. Thank you all so much. You guys rock. We love you. And you can join these folks who get mentioned every week at tfradio.net/Patreon or patreon.com/tfradio. Just sign up at the Touched tier for more information. Let's see here. I am personally at bkilby on Twitter, Brian Kilby on Instagram, and at briankilby.com. Haven't posted much in the way of non-Transformers podcast lately, but I think Wendy and I will be doing a new episode of How Was Your Weekend here in a week or two. Talking about
Must have been a long weekend.
It's been a long weekend. It's been months. Funny enough, like she just got done moving to Iowa for work, not because anybody wants to go to Iowa. And no offense, I'm kidding. Iowa's lovely. It's going to be the future home of Captain Jim Kirk, and or the birthplace of Jim Kirk, the home.
He probably left as fast as he could.
Yeah, well, his home was ravaged by who was it Klingons that destroyed his? I don't remember. But we'll be doing she moved to Iowa for work, and I moved 10 miles for a bigger house. So
you're gonna compare experiences?
We're gonna talk about that. That'll be fun.
Is she just gonna be sitting there rolling her eyes at you the whole time as you talk about the hardships of your move?
I mean, like how I screwed things up and how I'm still moving crap. I still have crap in the other house. Lots of crap in the other house.
Oh, it must be nice to own 2 homes.
3.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah.
So I think what we've determined here is that you're the diecast of houses.
I'm the diecast of houses. Yeah. I still have crap at the other house. Yeah, okay, so, but that's at briankilby.com. Chris, how do people get a hold of you?
I'm personally on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. Just last night, I posted an absurdly lengthy look at the Star Trek The Next Generation episode Up the Long Ladder because I just had it on my mind. How I still don't know why Worf had the measles in that episode, among other things. So for, oddball things like that just kind of fit nowhere else, follow me on Twitter for that because that just happens from time to time. Meanwhile, go to playwithphotography.com. That's where all of my toy photography work is. And this month is a special thing. I have challenged myself to post new content every single day this month. I'm calling it Photober because stupid wordplay is just a thing I do, and I'm bad at naming things. So it's October of Photos, Photober. I am 7 days in. I've just posted the latest entry this morning.
It's a lot of fun.
So that's getting updated on average around noon every day. So I've got 3 more coming this week, and then on Sunday will be another Patreon early access gallery unlock for everybody because that helps me stretch out the content and keep doing what I need to be doing anyway. This week is the Unite Warriors Grand Galvatron set, and today was the story of my personal loss that was involved in that.
I'm so sorry.
Your condolences and messages of sympathy are well appreciated. But yeah, so it's been a lot of work, but it's also been kind of rewarding just to see what I'm able to do with this so far. And I've got some more varied content coming up. I most of what I end up doing is Transformers because most people tend to respond to that more. But I'm gonna mix up a little bit after this week and get some other stuff in there. So be on the lookout for that. There's a calendar page that I'm updating every day too, so you can check out all the content in one place. That's at playwithphotography.com/photober, PHOTOBER. For social media purposes, of course, this is taking up a lot of my effort right now, so I'm not posting as much unique content to the other channels, but Instagram.com/playwithphotography or on Twitter at playwithphotos. When I actually have the time and ability to take random photos and post them, they'll be there. I am on Patreon, patreon.com/playwithphotos. For as little as $2 per month, you can get early access to galleries. I'm trying to get those out as often as I can. Right now, I'm kind of aiming for once every week or two. We'll see how long I can keep that up. This Photober thing is kind of a challenge to get me into more regular work state too, so I can kind of try to keep that up more consistently. But of course, any support, any help for the stuff I'm doing is greatly appreciated. And of course, I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/chrislist, which, like buying stuff through the affiliate link for Prime Day, will help to send some money back to keep the podcast and everything running.
Sweet. Rob.
Okay, I am on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Rob Flails. Rob Flails is the Twitter account for Flail Throughs, my YouTube channel. Still mostly focused on Gundam Battle Operation 2. Got the Bawu this week, which should transform, but doesn't.
Oh.
And yeah, anything that separates, they haven't really figured out how to do. I feel like they should just treat the bottom half as a giant funnel, but as short as flight times can be in Battle Operation, I'm not sure if there'd actually be time to aim and lock the thing on.
That would have to just be like a space feature.
Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't transform, but it's really pretty powerful for its cost, and it's fun to use. I just put a video up of that today. If you like what I do at Flailthroughs, you can go to patreon.com/flailthroughs and throw me a couple of bucks to request specific mobile students, color schemes, what have you. I also have a wish list at amazon.com or tfradio.net/claylist. Amazon does not give me a special URL.
They should.
They used to do link shortening, but they don't do that anymore.
That's a shame. I don't think I have had an Amazon affiliate thing set up forever, and I've never used it. But
yeah, no, I didn't know. In my Twitter bio, my wishlist link is an a.co link.
yeah.
And there's no way to generate one of those anymore.
Huh. Oh well.
Anyway, sorry. Please continue.
That's okay. But yeah, tfradio.net/claylist, and also happy birthday to my brother, who is his birthday is today on the day we're recording, the 7th. And if you go to my Twitter at Figure Reviewers, he also has an Amazon wish list, which I've recently retweeted.
Sweet. And it's full of filament, if I remember right.
Mostly, yes. Filament and Pathfinder books.
He needs those to print more whistles.
Oh, is he into the new version of Pathfinder?
He wants to be. I know he has done the previous edition and Starfinder for a very long time, but I don't know if he's gotten any of the second edition books for himself.
I watched a review of the new version of Pathfinder, and it seemed ridiculous, and I just have no desire to play it, but I probably will eventually.
Yeah, I have a feeling he kind of wants to check it out for himself, because he, as I recall, he had similar misgivings, but it's just... It sounded like a weird way to reorganize things to my recollection. It's been a while since we talked about it.
Cool. Anything else?
And that's it.
Cool.
No, that's it for me.
Chris had mentioned Photober, and that sounds awesome. We're coming up on November, which is a National Podcast Post Month. Do we want to try it this year, Chris?
Oh, jeez.
Podcast a day, every day?
Oh, no.
Okay. We'll see.
We'll talk later.
John.
That John D everywhere.
Diecast.
You can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2. You can see all my reviews at tfradio.net/reviews. And you can like my Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast.
Excellent. Donald.
Hey, I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4, EVR.
Sweet. Is that it? That's everybody? Okay, cool. We'll be back. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Happy Prime Day. Not that prime.
Hopefully.
Okay. Hey, people watching live, it's late. We've run long, and I've got to go do something. So we'll catch you later. So I'm going to go ahead
He
and...
got to go manage his other houses.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week, people. I'm going to say goodbye first to YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Twitch. Okay. Let's see here. Bye.